Hi, I'm Adley. For the past 6 months, I'd been eagerly preparing to welcome a baby into my home. My sister Vanessa had connected me with what she called a private adoption opportunity, a young mother who couldn't care for her newborn. As a mother to my teenage daughter Mia and wife to Daniel, I thought our family was about to grow in the most beautiful way. Mom, can I talk to you? Mia stood in my bedroom doorway, clutching her phone with white knuckles. Sure, honey. What's up? I folded the last of the baby onesies and placed them in the dresser. Don't take the baby home tomorrow. Her voice cracked. I turned, confused. What are you talking about? Please just look at this first. She handed me her phone, open to a text conversation. Who am I looking at texts between? I asked, taking the device. Aunt Vanessa and someone named Tyler. I found her phone unlocked when she was in the shower earlier. I didn't mean to snoop, but I saw the baby's name and I scrolled through the messages, my stomach dropping with each word. The idiot actually believes it. 6 months of child support before we tragically get the birth mom changing her mind and wanting the baby back. Won't she be suspicious when the baby looks like you? Adley sees what she wants to see. Besides, we look similar enough. There's more, Mia said, taking the phone back and opening photos. These are from her doctor visits. She's been pregnant this whole time, Mom. The baby is hers. I sank onto the bed. Are you absolutely certain about this? There's a video. Mia hesitated. It's from last week. You should hear it. She played a clip of Vanessa laughing with a man, presumably Tyler. It's perfect, my sister's voice rang out. Adley's wanted another kid for years. She'll pay for everything. Love it like her own. Then when I'm ready to be a mom, I'll swoop in as the birth mother with a change of heart. And you're sure she won't fight it? Tyler asked. What's she gonna do? The adoption paperwork is fake. I've made sure everything looks legit enough to fool her, but nothing would hold up legally. I felt the room spin. Call your father. Tell him to come home now. Mia bit her lip. What are you going to do? First, I'm going to throw up. Then I'm going to make some calls. The baby pickup is scheduled for tomorrow, and your aunt has no idea what's coming. Should I tell Mrs. Collins? Mia asked, referencing our family friend who worked as a social worker. Yes, call her right after your dad. I need everyone we can trust on this. Daniel arrived 20 minutes later, bursting through the door. What's happening? Mia sounded upset. I handed him Mia's phone. My sister is about to give birth to her own baby and pass it off as our adoption, then take it back later for child support. His face darkened as he scrolled. That manipulative... Dad, Mia warned. Sorry. He looked up. What's the plan? Do we confront her? Not yet, I said, my shock hardening into resolve. First, we gather evidence. Then we make sure she faces every possible consequence. Mom, Mia said quietly. Aunt Vanessa just texted. She says she's going into labor. The hospital waiting room buzzed with anticipation. Daniel paced while Mia sat beside me, squeezing my hand. Mrs. Collins is on her way, Mia whispered. She said to document everything. I still can't believe Aunt Vanessa would do this, Mia said, her voice quivering. She was at my birthday last month, giving me advice about college applications. It all seemed so normal. That's what makes this so painful, I replied. The whole time she was planning this betrayal. Do you think she ever really cared about us? Mia asked, tears forming in her eyes. Daniel stopped pacing and sat beside her. People can compartmentalize, honey. She probably does care in her way. But that doesn't excuse what she's doing. A nurse approached with a clipboard. Are you Adley? Your sister is asking for you. I nodded to Daniel and Mia. Start recording on your phones. Keep them hidden. In the delivery room, Vanessa lay propped up on pillows, her face flushed. There she is, Vanessa beamed. The new mommy? I forced a smile. How are you feeling? Like I'm doing you the biggest favor ever. She laughed, then winced through a contraction. The birth mom is progressing well. Should be just a few more hours. That's wonderful, I said, fighting to keep my voice steady. Tyler coming? Her smile faltered. Who? Your boyfriend? The father? I don't know what you're talking about, she said, eyes darting to the door. Must be the pain meds making me confused. I nodded. I'll let you rest. In the hallway, I bumped into a nurse I recognized from my community volunteering. Karen, I didn't know you worked this shift. Adley, yes, just covering for someone. Are you here for your sister? I lowered my voice. Actually, I need your help with something. Can we talk privately? In an empty consultation room, I explained the situation. That's horrible, Karen said. What can I do? Just confirm something for me. The patient in there, she's listed as the birth mother, right? Not as a surrogate or anything else? Karen checked her tablet. Yes, Vanessa Mitchell is the patient and birth mother. There's nothing in her file about surrogacy or adoption plans. Thank you. That's all I needed. I returned to the waiting room to find Mrs. Collins had arrived, along with Officer Reeves, a police officer I knew from community meetings. Adley, Mia showed me everything, Mrs. Collins said. This is serious fraud. Officer Reeves is here to help document the situation. I can't believe she'd do this, Daniel growled. Using a baby as a pawn? Officer Reeves leaned forward. We need to approach this carefully. If your sister goes through with registering herself as the mother, but hands you the baby under false pretenses, we're looking at multiple criminal violations. She has fake adoption papers, I said. She showed them to me last month. Do you have copies? He asked. In my email, Daniel said, already pulling out his phone. Mrs. Collins frowned at the documents. These are completely fabricated. The agency listed doesn't exist. I just spoke with one of her friends in the cafeteria, Mia interrupted, joining our huddle. Jessie admitted that Aunt Vanessa has been planning this for months. She thought it was just a joke until recently. Will Jessie go on record? Officer Reeves asked. Mia nodded. She's writing a statement now. She feels terrible. I don't understand, I said, my voice breaking. Why would Vanessa do this? We've always been close. Money, Daniel said grimly. You heard the recording. She wanted you to financially support her child, then take it back when convenient. A doctor approached our group. Are you the family of Vanessa Mitchell? She's delivered a healthy baby girl. I stood outside Vanessa's hospital room, Officer Reeves and Mrs. Collins flanking me, with Daniel and Mia close behind. Ready? Daniel asked, squeezing my shoulder. I nodded and pushed open the door. Vanessa sat propped up in bed, cradling a tiny pink bundle. Her smile faltered when she saw our entourage. What's going on? Why are all these people here? Her eyes darted between faces. Congratulations on your baby, Vanessa, I said calmly. She forced a laugh. Oh, you mean your baby. The adoption, remember? No, I said, stepping closer. I mean your baby. The one you've been carrying for 9 months. The one you planned to give to me under false pretenses, then take back to collect child support. Her face drained of color. What are you talking about? I placed Mia's phone on the bed tray and played the video. Vanessa's recorded voice filled the room. Adley's wanted another kid for years. She'll pay for everything. Turn that off, Vanessa hissed, glancing nervously at the nurse checking the baby's vitals. Is there a problem? The nurse asked. No problem, Officer Reeves said, showing his badge. Just a family matter we're documenting. The nurse nodded uncertainly and left. How could you? I asked when we were alone. Your own sister? It's not what it sounds like. Vanessa clutched the baby closer. It was Tyler's idea. He said we could make some easy money. By exploiting my desire for another child? I cut her off. By planning to let me love this baby? Bond with her? Only to rip her away? You don't understand. I understand perfectly, I interrupted. You've been lying to me for months. Adley, please. Tears welled in her eyes. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking clearly. Pregnancy hormones? Save it, Daniel said sharply. Blaming hormones for a months-long scam? You had so many chances to come clean, I said, my voice trembling with rage. Every baby shower gift, Every nursery item I showed you, every conversation about names. You watched me prepare my heart and home for this child, knowing it was all a setup. I needed help, Vanessa pleaded. Tyler left me when I told him I was keeping it. I had no one. You had me, I replied, my voice breaking. You could have just asked for help. I would have been there for you, for the baby. No questions asked. That's what sisters do. You make it sound so simple, Vanessa muttered bitterly. It is simple, Mia spoke up, stepping forward. You don't hurt the people who love you. That's like the most basic rule of being human. Vanessa turned to Mia. Sweetie, you know your aunt loves you. I wouldn't really have gone through with it. Don't talk to my daughter, I snapped. You've lost that privilege. Mrs. Collins stepped forward. Miss Mitchell, I'm Caroline Collins from Child Protective Services. I need to inform you that what you were attempting constitutes fraud and potential child endangerment. Child endangerment? Vanessa's voice rose. It's my baby. A baby you were planning to use in a criminal scheme, Officer Reeves added. Vanessa's demeanor suddenly changed. Get out of my room. All of you. You can't prove anything. We have the texts, the video, witness statements, and the fake adoption papers, I said quietly. You bitch! Vanessa shrieked, startling the baby who began to cry. You set me up. If you try to ruin my life, I swear You'll what? Officer Reeves stepped forward. Think very carefully about your next words, Miss Mitchell. You'll regret this, Vanessa hissed at me. I'll make sure everyone knows what a vindictive person you really are. Are you threatening your sister? Daniel asked, recording on his phone. Damn right I am, Vanessa spat. You think you can come in here on the day I give birth and attack me? I'll destroy you, Adley. Just watch me. Officer Reeves pulled out his notepad. I'm documenting these threats. Get out! Vanessa screamed, waking the baby who began wailing. Get out before I call security! We're leaving, I said calmly. But this isn't over. As we walked out, I heard something crash against the door behind us. 2 weeks later, I sat in a conference room at the district attorney's office. Across from me, Mrs. Collins reviewed documents while Officer Reeves briefed the prosecutor. The charges are substantial, the prosecutor, Miss Alvarez, explained. Attempted fraud, falsifying documents, and making threats. The evidence is overwhelming. What happens now? I asked. We've offered a plea deal, Miss Alvarez said. Given that this is her first offense and there's a newborn involved, we're recommending probation, mandatory counseling, and restitution for any expenses you incurred. And the baby? I couldn't help asking. The child remains with her mother, Mrs. Collins said gently. But Vanessa will have regular check-ins with social services. Are those check-ins enough? I asked, concerned despite everything. The baby deserves better than to be raised by someone who would use her as a pawn. We'll be monitoring closely, Mrs. Collins assured me. Your sister will need to demonstrate responsible parenting and complete parenting classes as part of her probation. I just worry about that little girl, I sighed. None of this is her fault. The door opened and Vanessa entered with her attorney. She looked smaller somehow, dark circles under her eyes. Can we have the room? Miss Alvarez asked. Actually, I said, I'd like to say something first. The prosecutor nodded. I faced my sister. Vanessa, what you tried to do was cruel beyond words. You were willing to let me love a child, build my hopes and dreams around her, all while planning to take her away. Vanessa's eyes filled with tears. Adley, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking clearly. Stop. I held up my hand. I don't want your apologies. They mean nothing. You didn't make a mistake. You made a series of calculated decisions over months. Please, she whispered. We're sisters. Not anymore, I said firmly. Family doesn't exploit each other's deepest desires for financial gain. What can I do to make this right? Vanessa pleaded. Nothing. There is nothing you can do that will ever repair this. I'm here today to make sure you face consequences, and then I never want to see you again. You don't mean that, Vanessa said desperately. What about the baby? Don't you want to be her aunt? That child deserves better than to be used as a manipulation tool. I said. I hope you become a better person for her sake. Later that evening, Daniel, Mia, and I sat in our living room. The nursery door down the hall remained closed. Are you okay, Mom? Mia asked, curling up beside me. I will be, I said, squeezing her hand. You know, if you hadn't shown me those messages, I was scared you'd be mad at me, Mia admitted. Mad? You saved me from unimaginable heartbreak. I keep thinking about that baby, Mia said softly. My cousin, I guess. Will we ever know her? I don't know, honey, I replied honestly. That's not something I can decide right now. Maybe someday, Daniel suggested, when wounds aren't so fresh. It just feels like she's being punished too, you know? Mia continued. For something Aunt Vanessa did. I kissed the top of her head. That compassion is why you're going to make an amazing adult, Mia. Daniel brought in cups of hot chocolate. The prosecutor called. Vanessa accepted the plea deal. Good, I nodded. It's done then. Not quite, Mrs. Collins said, arriving for our scheduled meeting. I have news. We listened as she explained that a young mother had actually reached out to her agency, looking for an adoptive family. She's due in 3 months, Mrs. Collins said. And she specifically asked about you after hearing your story from a mutual connection. Really? I hardly dared hope. Really, she smiled. Sometimes, even from the worst betrayals, something good can emerge. How do you know it's real this time? Mia asked cautiously. Because I'm handling it personally, Mrs. Collins promised. Everything properly documented, everything above board. No shortcuts, no private arrangements. Thank you, I whispered, squeezing Daniel's hand as he wiped away a tear. That night, as I lay awake, I wondered, would you have the strength to trust again after someone tried to use your deepest desires against you? Could you open your heart again, knowing how badly it could hurt? I think sometimes the bravest revenge isn't about making someone pay. It's about refusing to let their betrayal define you.